Welcome back to Andrea Fontana Beauty. Today we're going to be doing a get ready with me. So I'm going to be showing you how I'm doing my makeup. I'm going to be using the ColourPop California Love palette that, even though I resisted to purchase for a very long time, I finally gave in. I just had to because look how beautiful it is. This is my ideal neutral palette, well, natural palette. It's definitely more on the warmer side, but honestly, if you take away this Sequoia shade, which is very orange, the rest of them aren't crazy warm. So I definitely think this is a great palette for many different skin tones. I highly recommend these kind of shades for any color eye, brown, blue, green. All of them would look beautiful with this. I'm just so excited. So we're gonna create a glam look with this. So maybe more than you're used to wearing on a day-to-day basis. I would definitely wear this on a day-to-day basis if I was wearing makeup and leaving the house. So I'm really excited. I really want to dip into this glitter and see how that goes. For many people, this may seem like a night look, but I personally don't like to put a time of day on a makeup because you can wear whatever you want whenever you want. So let's get started with this. I will link all the products that I'm using down below, so make sure to check those out. There will be links unless something is no longer available. As usual, if you have any requests for looks that you want to see me do soon, just leave a comment below and let me know. I just had to film that intro 5 times because I'm pretty sure that there's a dog in our neighborhood that thinks he's a rooster. Every morning, he yips. It's not even a bark. It's a yip that sounds like a rooster. And I don't get it. I've never heard a dog bark like this. I know it's a dog because sometimes he barks, sometimes he does this yipping rooster thing, but it was breaking my concentration, so I couldn't get any thoughts out. But now the rooster dog has finally stopped, so let's do some makeup. You know what I'm gonna start with if you've seen any of my makeup looks. I love, especially in the winter, to start with a little bit of Weleda Skin Food. So I'm going to warm it up in my fingers and press it into the skin instead of using a primer. For foundation today, I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation, and I'm currently waiting for a lighter shade to come in the mail because this one is just unfortunately too dark. So I'm gonna mix it with my Lumi True Match Glotion, which I would do anyways, even if it was the right shade. I'm just gonna blend, kind of go half and half as far as ratio goes. I use the shade Light, and I'm gonna mix those two together. Dot them all over my face, and then blend in with a foundation brush. Can you hear the rooster dog? I hope you guys can't hear it. All right, I'm gonna go in with, this is the Tarte Shape Tape in light medium. Again, I'm gonna use my brush to blend that in. I like to go back and forth between using a brush and my finger when I'm blending out under the eyes. And then I'm gonna set my under eye and the areas that I concealed with the number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Finishing Powder in light medium. That is quite the mouthful. Now, I've said this before when doing more glam looks in previous videos, but when I'm doing a more intense eye, I like to do a more intense like blush and contour, but not necessarily foundation. I personally don't like a full coverage foundation, and I find that for some reason, when we do full coverage glam eye looks, we tend to want to go hard on the rest of the face too, but I find that it doesn't feel like too much makeup and it makes it a little more wearable, especially for the daytime, if I keep the skin still looking fresh and you can still see like beauty marks and some imperfections. We are gonna pause on the face and we're gonna work on the eyes. So starting with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Amplifying Eye Base. I actually really love this doe foot applicator because I find that the perfect amount of product comes out and I can use one side for one eyelid and then flip it over and use the other side for the other eyelid, which works out very well. So I'm just gonna press this in from lash line to brow bone. Just until it feels like it's kind of starting to set. Then I'm gonna open up my California Love palette and I'm gonna take the shade Gnarly, which is a matte, the lightest matte shade in the palette. And I'm just gonna press that in to set the eyeshadow primer. As usual, I'm gonna go in with my favorite, the Sigma Highlight Diffuser E71. I don't know if they make this brush anymore, but I couldn't find it last time I tried to link it, so I link a Moda version that's similar that I actually use in my kit. So now that that's blended out, let's figure out what we wanna do here. I'm thinking I definitely wanna save this for the lid. So let's deepen up the outer corners. We might do another halo eye. I've been really digging the halo eyes lately. So I'm thinking that we're gonna start with some transition shades here, and then we're gonna deepen up the corners with these colors, and then we're gonna wait and pop that guy on the lid when we're done. Let's start with taking a nice fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M441, and I'm gonna use the shade Sequoia, which is that bright orangey yellow shade. And I'm gonna just pop that right through my crease with the fluffy brush. So I'm just kind of doing windshield wiper motions with a little, the slightest bit of this product, and then I'm tapping it off so that there's not too much. And I'm just warming up the crease from inside to outside. Now, I personally like more of like a blown out eyeshadow look, so I'm actually taking this a little higher than my crease when I'm blending it, because I want that to fade into my skin tone nicely. Next, I'm gonna go in with the shade Highway 1. And I'm gonna put this a little bit lower, so kind of like right below that shade, but still in the crease. Oh, this one has like little micro glitters in it, but honestly, I can't really see them. Again, gonna go in with that diffuser brush and make sure everything looks nice and blended. Okay, next we're gonna take my favorite fluffy pencil brush. This is the Morphe M321, and we're gonna start with Gold Rush, which is another like matte tone that has little glitters in it, but I feel like they don't actually really show up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is apply that to the 4 areas. So the inner, outer, on both sides. We're just placing color. We're not focusing on blending right now. We're just putting it where we want it. Okay, so now that we have that there, we're gonna go back in with that fluffy brush. And I kind of just like to tap it down, wiggle it out so that it's locked in and blended. Just like that. Okay, so we're starting to develop that halo shape, as you can see. Next, we're gonna take the same pencil brush and we're gonna use the shade Mission, which is a matte deep brown, and we're just going to do the exact same thing to help deepen up the inside and outside. This is just gonna intensify. That inner and outer. And again, fluffy brush. It's like a press and wiggle motion. Now I do, once like that stuff is set, I do like to kind of go back and forth with no extra product. Perfect. Next, we're going to spray our flat shader brush with the Pixi Glow Mist. I used this in my last video and I really liked how that worked. And we're gonna go in with the El Captain glitter. We're gonna try it on the brush first. Obsessed. I'm also gonna put a little bit on my ring finger and just tap it where I want it. Honestly, both of those work really well. I'm impressed. Sometimes it's really hard to work with glitters and a brush, so I'm really impressed with how that didn't get anywhere. It really stuck. Granted, the setting spray is a huge factor in that. Now, normally I would go in with a fluffier brush, but since there's glitter and I don't want to like put it everywhere, I want it to just like stay where I want it. I am so I just put my bronzer on, accidentally wasn't recording. Now, let me tell you though, I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Face palette. I really like this palette if you're somebody who has fair or light skin tone, but if you're anything darker than me, this is not gonna work for you, and I hate when companies do that. Like, make darker skin tones. Not everyone can wear these light colors, so I would really like to see them come out with a darker version. So I'm just contouring and kind of bronzing up the face. I'm gonna take a blush brush, use the blush shade, which is just kind of peachy. Use the highlight shade to do a quick little highlight here. So let's complete the look. I'm gonna add a little bit of eyeliner in my waterline. This is the L'Oreal Le Liner Signature. Just added a little bit. This is the shade Black. And then I'm gonna use the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow in the shade Deep on my eyebrows. All right, let's work on the bottom lash line. I'm gonna go back in with the California Love palette and that fluffy pencil brush, and I'm gonna first go in with Highway 1, and starting on the outside, I'm gonna smoke that out. Pulling it, this I am gonna take all the way in, but then when I go in with Mission, which is the dark matte brown, I'm gonna put that just on the outer half. I always like to take whatever brush I use to set with my powder, and I just like to kind of buff that down there so that everything looks blended and smooth. We're going to spray the face with the Pixi Glow Mist. You want to make sure you shake this up because it will separate. We're gonna let this dry. Okay, I'm going to do my mascara off camera, and then I'm going to apply some lipstick. I'll see you in a second. Okay, lastly, I want to take a little bit of Cruisin' on my ring finger. I'm just gonna pop it in the inner corner for a fun little bronzy gold pop. Love it. Lastly, we're going to do the lips. This is the NARS Dragon Girl Velvet, what is this? A velvet matte lip pencil. And I just love a red for the holidays. All right. What do we think? I love it. I think this is a really fun way to wear warm glitters. I feel like normally when I see people do glitters, it's usually more on the silvery side. So I like that this is more, I want to say the flecks are like, they're more yellow, gold, and bronze than necessarily gold or silver. So I love that that feels a little different than what I'm used to seeing. I'm obsessed with this. I really like this palette. I'm really happy that I played with that glitter, and I will say, for it being a pressed glitter, it did a pretty good job. Obviously, when it comes to glitter, it's gonna migrate up because unless you don't move your face or your eyes. I love it paired with a red lip. I think this is a beautiful holiday look. I know that we're not celebrating the holidays like normal this year, but doesn't mean that you can't get dressed up and do a fun holiday makeup look on Christmas. So I hope you really enjoyed this. For those of you who were requesting a holiday glitter look, I hope you enjoyed this especially. And if you have any requests that you want to see from me, please, again, make sure to put them below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video so that more people can see it, and it also helps me. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.